Hi guys, it's Danny. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing another layout for my December daily. I do realize it is past Christmas now, but I am a little bit behind, so I apologize. I have this video and one other to share, so I'm going to try and get those up before the new year. So for this layout, I'm going to be scrapping our Christmas tree. So this is the day we went to pick up our Christmas tree. We went to Bunnings, and so I have a cute little photo of my son posing with the little reindeer that they had at the front of the store, and then I have a couple of photos of us potting the tree because we bought a little real tree this year and we put him in a pot so he would stay alive. So this is day 1 of December. All my other layouts so far I think were for November, and then I did another one for day 1 because we did more than one thing on day 1. So I'll be documenting day 1 and also the start of day 2, which is our decorating. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to cut out a little triangular Christmas tree shape out of white paper, and this is going to be my template for the little Christmas tree I'm going to do. And this is actually for the start of day 2, so I'm skipping ahead a little bit here, but I kind of had this in my mind what I wanted to do. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with the other photo, so yeah, so this isn't actually a photo page, it's just going to be sort of a lead into my day 2, and this will make a lot more sense when you see the next layout in the next video. What I'm doing here is I'm just cutting a few strips of pattern paper, and I'm just cutting them I think 2 centimeters wide, and I'm going to put those all together very shortly. So just laying those out a bit how I think I'm going to put them, and then I pulled out my Minte by Carola Celebration 6x6 paper pad. That one's from the Traveller's Notebook online. Check my description box for a discount code 10% off to that store. So I just wanted a couple of sort of plainer papers, so I'm using that very faint script pink and mint from that paper pack just to break up the patterns there. So I rearranged this. This took me a while, so I cut most of it out. I did fuss with it a lot, but I've just laid them slightly overlapping one another, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut off all the excess. There we go. Super cute. And now I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut a fringe out of I think 3 of the strips on that tree. So I'm using the sort of plainer strips to do this, and that just jazzes those up a little bit, and I'm just fluffing up the fringe with my fingers there just to make it a little bit more dimensional. I really love how that turns out. Love that so much. Okay, so I'm just having a think about what I want to do here. So I'm going to go into the Mint Wishes by Kaisercraft paper pack, and I'm trying to find a paper to use as a background for this page. And then I've gone into the Holly Jolly collection and I found this craft with white stars on it, and I really like that, but I decided to use that as a background for that photo of my son, so I want something different for behind the tree. So I pulled out that white and green sort of grid pattern for that. In hindsight, I'm not sure whether that was the best choice, but I'm pretty happy with it. So I like this craft because I like that the white little stars in the background kind of look like, I don't know, like twinkling lights. It's just pretty. I like it. And this is the piece I've cut out to make my I'm going to make a little fold over flap for that Christmas tree. But then I've looked at it and realized I don't like the back. I don't want the back to stand on its own. It's the numbers, like the advent sheet, and yeah, it just doesn't look very good cut out like that. So I'm going to use the other side of that craft paper, and that's that quite busy Christmas tree pattern. So when I flip it over, you'll be able to see that pattern on the other side, but I think that colours in that complemented it nicely, and all I'm going to use that reverse side for is journaling. So now I'm going back into this advent sheet because I want the one for my date. I'm going to use my circle punch. There we go. Because yeah, I already used the one in my other advent sheet. so I can't use that. So I kind of like that it fills in that sort of dead space in that photo. So now I'm taking the Echo Park Merry and Bright paper collection kit, and I really want to use that little car with the Christmas tree on it. I love that little car, and I've been looking for an excuse to use it, so this is it. And then I realized the branding strip, or not, yeah, I guess it is a branding strip on that paper. I really like the mint little Christmas tree, so I'm going to take that and use it as a bit of a border for that page. So that photo is 4x6, so the paper is quite a bit longer than the photo, so I kind of needed something just to fill in the top and the bottom there. And there is mint in that grid pattern and in the other paper that I use, so it all helps tie it in. I'm just going to stick my photo right down. I'm not going to mat it or anything. Pretty simple, and then I'm going to pop the card down the bottom there in that space, and then I will put the one right there. But first I'm going to stick it onto some more of that grid paper, because I just wanted it to stand out a bit more. I didn't think it was really popping off the page well enough with just a red, so I like the lighter border there. Much better. That page is pretty much done. I'm just going to go into the Holly Jolly, this is from Kaiser Craft, this collection by the way, and take one of the little word stickers, and I chose Rudolph because he's there with the reindeer. It's pretty perfect. So now I'm going to make my little fold out page. So I'm using a gold foil washi tape. This is the Scotch brand, and I specifically chose this one because it's not super sticky. So I wanted one that if I made a mistake, it wouldn't tear my paper. So here we go. I'm just joining that on there, and there you can see that Christmas tree pattern on the reverse. I really like that. So I'm going to put a strip on both sides, just like that, and it's also quite flexible, this washi tape, so it does fold quite nicely, just like that. And when I do my layout on the reverse side, I'm going to glue or adhere some paper down over that washi tape, so that will help keep it secure. So I just cut off about 5mm of the edge there, because when I close it, being the same width as the other papers, it would have buckled slightly, so making it a little bit narrower helps it sit nicely when it's folded. Having a look at some alphas here, I want to spell out "Oh Christmas Tree," and I tried out the little gold ones from the Me and My Big Ideas Happy Planner Holiday Seasonal sticker book, but they're a bit small, so I'm taking the Reject Shop one here, the one that I've used heaps already in these videos, and I'm just going to spell out a tree right at the bottom. A little bit of messing around to get the spacing right, and then my tree will go right about there. And then I'm going to take the Christmas. There are a few choices, but I really quite like this scripty one down the bottom, and put that right there. And then I will take the smaller gold foiled alphas from the Happy Planner sticker book and use that for my O at the top. So pretty happy with the spacing. Pop that down. There we go. And I'm also going to go into that Happy Planner sticker book, and on one of the pages there's a bunch of little gold foiled sort of starbursts, so I'm going to sprinkle those around as well. Kind of looks like falling snow, I think. I've gotten so much use out of this Happy Planner sticker book. That's also from the Traveller's Notebook Online, link in the description box. So there we go. I love that. I really wanted to put that Christmas tree page in because it really will link into day 2, which is going to be us decorating for Christmas. So I really thought the Christmas tree page helped link those two stories together. So here I have a couple of photos of me and my little boy potting the tree, and I can choose between them. In the top one, he's looking at me with just the happiest, most adorable look on his face, and in the second one, he's throwing his hands up in the air. So happy and excited, and I've cut him off pretty badly in both of these photos, but if any of you have little ones, you know what it's like trying to get them to stand still even for a second. So they're not perfect, but they're perfect to me. So I'm taking the Wonderland from Kaisercraft 6.5 inch paper pad, and I'm taking this just very lightly patterned mint paper, and I'm going to back both my photos with that. Nothing fussy, just a very thin border, just to help it stand out from the white background. Really, I'm not going to do anything much with this page. I just want to put the photos in really, so I'm going to stick those down at a bit of an angle, and then I will come in with some more of that little Christmas tree border branding strip there. Just trying to decide where I'm going to put them, and I'm going to put that directly across the bottom of that top photo, and then I'm going to come in right below that once I get all my positioning right. It's a little bit low. There we go. Right below that with another phrase sticker. So I'm going to go back into, I think, the Holly Jolly sheet. Yep. And I found this one that says family together, which I thought was just perfect. So even though my husband and daughter aren't in the photos, they were there at the time in the vicinity. So now this is the Kaisercraft Peppermint Swirl journal card pack. So I'm flicking through trying to find one that I can journal on, and I really like this one because it has the red that ties in the red on the very far page, and it's pretty simple otherwise. It has that love and that sort of wreath just in black. I just really thought it was perfect for my journaling. So I'm just going to go ahead and pop that in using my Pilot G2 0.5 as usual. And I'm just talking about our trip to Bunnings and picking out the tree and potting it. Yep. Just going to stick that down right in the center of that patterned paper. And I don't think I do anything else to that page. So it just folds in nicely like that. And then when I start working on that opposite page, it will show as well. So here's some close-ups. I really hope you enjoyed joining me. I did add that "Oh Christmas Tree" phrase at the bottom of the Christmas tree there. I didn't see that the first time I went through the stickers, so I found it and I popped it on there. Thanks for joining me today. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.